Okay, let's break down this AUD USD setup. So the first thing I'll do first, you can see everything and how each and everything is moving out and everything. Now let's try to break it down. So the first thing I'll do is I'll first delete everything in the chart and we start again. So my starting point will be the weekly time frame. So from my weekly time frame, if I come to my weekly time frame, there is something which I'll come and try to see. So from my weekly time frame, I can see this market is on an uptrend, and this can be confirmed. You can see the market is making series of higher highs and higher lows. Now from this point, there is something which I'm trying to look out. I'm not interested in any of these moves. So what I'm interested in this part here. So by being interested in that part, there is something which I can see happening here. So the first thing, there is a balanced price range which you can see here. The market has made a BPR here. So by making this BPR here, there is something which I came to realize. This market came here and got rejected from that point before moving into this week. So if the market has reacted from that level, it simply means that this is a very good key level, or I can call it a point of interest. Whenever I come to my daily time frame, there is something which I see. So coming to a daily chart, I come to realize that when the market was approaching this level here, the first thing the market did is that this market has swept this low here. So after sweeping this low here, inside the key level there, that one is giving me a good point. Now after sweeping that low, there is something also which happened here. This market left for me an order block here, and for me to be so good and best with my marking key levels, the thing which I always do here is I mark something known as a CISD. So it simply means that in this level here, I'm having the daily CISD. Now if I'm having the daily CISD here, so if I'm having the daily CISD here and the market has reacted here, automatically what I'm expecting is that this market should come tap back here and push higher. Now if that market is supposed to tap here and push higher, of course you will see this is what the market did. Now I need to push down and lower to a lower time frame, like maybe the 4-hour time frame. So coming to the 4-hour time frame here, there is something which I can see. Okay, you will see, yes, this market tapped this level and pushed higher. Now let me use a 2-hour chart and for a good view and credibility. So the first thing which you can see happening here is simple. Let me try to do this one. So the first thing which I want you to see is when this market approached this level, at first it came back to this level, got rejected, came back to this level, then we saw a displacement. Now by doing this, there are certain things which we are seeing happening here. The first thing is we saw this low here swooping this low. So the first thing which I'll say there, that is a TS, a turtle soup, according to me. So some people will call it a liquidity sweep, which is still okay. So this low here swooped this low here. So after swooping that low, the next thing we saw here happening is that the market formed a market structure shift. There was a shift in market a shift in market structure. So after the formation of the shift in market structure here in my 2-hour time frame, of course I can say that here now the market broke structure to the upside. Yeah, I can say the market broke structure to the upside, and we can still see that the market kept on breaking structures to the upside. And what does this one tells us? This one is telling us that yes, the market was on a downtrend, coming down all the way, printing a series of lower lows and lower highs up to this moment here. Then after the market reached this level, it came and disrespected each and everything, and we saw it happening, even the market pushing higher than that. So after doing all those, having the TS and everything here, remember this was our daily CISD level. And there is something which I always love looking at the market reacting at the daily CISD level. So from this moment, another thing which I can see that after this break of structure, the market displaced higher and left an order block. Now this order block played as one of my key points and key levels from my daily time frame. So after marking this 2-hour level here, there is something which I can now see. So after marking this 2-hour level, if I proceed back to my 1-hour chart, there is something I really saw happening. So inside that order block, I saw that this candle here swept liquidity, swept these candles liquidity. So after sweeping this candles liquidity, after sweeping that candle's liquidity, it got closed above. Then there is also a displacement. You can see this market displaced what? Displaced higher. So the first thing which was happening, I saw this sweep, and after this sweep, market displaced higher. So that one definitely gave me first thing. That one told me, like, here I'm having like what? I need to have a protected low here. Why is it a protected low? This one is supposed to be a protected low because the market has already swept liquidity inside this order block, and this order block is one of my point of interest. What is a point of interest? A point of interest is where I want to take my trade. So this one becomes my protected low, then I'm having this one here as a draw on liquidity. Why is it a draw on liquidity? It is simply a draw on liquidity because I want to see market taking out that high. Yes, and why do I want to see the market taking out that high? Generally, you can see the market is on an uptrend. This is what you can clearly see. The market is on what? The market is on an uptrend. So I just want to see the market coming to push out and take out that high. And by having this one, it simply means that I'm supposed to have somewhere where I want to take that trade. That one is what now takes me to what? A 15-minute time frame. Now, if I push to a 15-minute time frame, there is something which you will clearly see inside that our order block where the liquidity sweep happened. We can clearly see that market really swept the low of the Asian session. So that one is also a very, very nice point which we are taking into action. So after the market swept this Asian low point, it left for me what known as a CISD level. This is the 15-minute CISD. Now, to me, I always love taking trades from this CISD level. So from the 15-minute CISD level here, you could see now the market has just did that. Now from this point, this is the level where we are taking trade. And why are we taking trade from that level? We can see that this candle here pushed higher than the CISD. So after the candle pushed and closed higher, that one gives us the opportunity to take this and target the next liquidity level. And which is the next liquidity level? The next liquidity level is this high, the Asian high. Now that is the point where the trade is being taken. And where is our stop loss? Our stop loss, of course, is just below the liquidity sweep area there. Then we are targeting the next liquidity level. So the first take profit area is that one, and the second take profit area is our draw on liquidity, because we're just expecting this market to come and take out that high. That is why the trade is still running.